Greetings everyone, please give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Sorry for a late start, I got a bit sidetracked. That appears to be all good to go. Maybe we'll turn live chat windows and the macros. Oops. Okay, that's all good to go. Give me a moment to check my other computer. So turn on that light. And oh wait, I need to pull up YouTube over here. Now everything seems to be good to go. I do have a replay that was submitted to me. Well, let's go ahead and start off with this one. I can't remember who actually submitted the replay to me. Actually, while it's loading, I'm going to bring up the email for a brief moment on my other screen. Didn't say exactly, but I have a good idea who it is. Oops. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Couple Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on top right side as the OKW Forces, Blue OKW Forces, we have a foreign name. Spawn bottom left side as the Red Soviets got Serious TMG. This replay was submitted to me, and based on the name, I don't know exactly who submitted to me, but I have a good idea who it is, but we'll worry about that a little bit later. We do have a quadruple combat engineer opener for the Soviet player. That's quite unusual. He may be going for the airborne troop tactics for the paradrop weapons, or maybe trying to stall out for guards or shock troops. Good idea to go for tier 2 then. You have early doctrine lock-in of Luftwaffe ground forces. Excuse me. Sturm Pioneers are here. 2 combat engineers needed to contest with Sturm Pioneer. If they go one at a time, they will lose versus it. 5th combat engineer on the build here. I'm sort of surprised there's no combat engineer bulletin with this many combat engineers. This combat engineer is starting to fall back. At this point in time, he's trying to capture the fuel point and needs to fully retreat. He's not going to win that fight. You'll hardly do any damage versus these 2 squads here. Combat engineers inside the garrison. We got the combat engineers behind the well. Oh well. 2nd squad of Volksgrenadiers on the build queue. And no 6th combat engineer. To be fair, 5 is plenty. 2 is generally plenty. We do have a 6th combat engineer on the build queue, and he has locked in doctrine, the guard motor coordination tactics. I don't know exactly how this will synergize quite well, but combat engineers are statistically very good per model. I think they're actually better statistically per model than conscript squad. Of course, with 4 members, you gotta retreat back early, of course. And I think he realized his opponent's gone for a lot of combat engineers. He has a translation in the email whoever submitted the replay about all the dialogue, but I don't have that all memorized top of my head. Combat engineers behind some heavy cover. They should generally win out. This one in light cover is also firing away. We got the Kuvog engaging the combat engineers. What do you expect him to find a conscript squad? Falls back there. He does have a third squad of Volksgunners on the build queue. Not a bad idea versus all the combat engineers. Maybe should I? Oh, does hold some medical supplies here. He probably should start eyeing to get the battle group HQ over the Zoom, but maybe it's going for mechanized. Either way, SWS half track needs to be on the build queue sooner rather than later. He does pick up some medical supplies on the Stone Pioneer, but however, they get in the combat, denying the healing. More Volksgunners over here. He doesn't have a SOS half track, so it does not have access to incendiary grenades. We've got the fourth combat engineers push way forward. Targeted to focus on this squad. They're all behind light cover, but this one's nice and close. Yep, does retarget that one. There is an argument made to go for this 3-man squad because of force that squad back sooner rather than later. SOS half track on the build queue. We do have the super player building tier 2 now. Walking firing away against the combat engineers behind some good heavy cover.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Stone Pioneers are advancing. They're reloading at the moment. Flamethrower here, which will immolate the Stone Pioneers. The combat engineer may get wiped out. To be honest, a bit of a minor loss. He has replacements already on the field. Volksgunners 3-4 does get a nice little flanking there angle. It's probably best to go with the 2-man squad. Yep, force back the 2-man squad first. And looks like this guy's going to be chasing the combat engineer a little bit too much. And Kuvog going straight for the cutoff sector. That strategic point being captured up now. Medics is a good idea. He has enough munitions for another flamethrower, in case he wishes his sauerkraut to be extra crispy. Putting some damage into the Kuvagan now. And the Kuvagan will skip on out. Minimal health, Veterancy 1. Building tier 3, not big surprise. Just to give you a reminder, the max number of building models on structures is 8, so one of these combat engineers is actually doing nothing. That's a mechanic that probably most players do not know about. There is in the what's it called? In the mod files, you can look up the number of max engineer models, and the default limit is 8, and I have never seen that been deviated. Does build out a landmine there, which may get realized with the formation there, and he may have saw actually being built. Stone Pioneers not being upgraded with Minesweeper. Stone Pioneers is an open ground spread out, so taking minimal splash damage from the flamethrower. Another flamethrower now deployed in the field over here. Polishing makers probably wouldn't be a half bad idea against all the combat engineers. He just spent some fuel going for the activation. Guards, rifles not being deployed in the field, very nice. Kuvagan does fire away on the flank. And starting to back off a little bit. MG34 deployed in the field, not a bad idea. Good suppression platform, does suppress one of the squads there. Flamethrower push way forward, trying to immolate the... Oh, got a grenade there. He probably won't get a squad up there, plus the Volksgunners make sure it doesn't get captured. Flamethrower squad does fall back. Comm engineers with bolt action rifles may want to advance to find some cover. Guards are backing off to find some cover. Good idea to focus fire this guy in open ground. Guards do avoid the incendiary grenade. Very nice. Comm engineer here needs to start falling back. We do have now a flak half track deployed in the field, which the guards can start peppering it, especially if it's on the move. Does smoke it out, trying to force fire the ground. He's trying to force fire the ground in return. Does take a couple drops there. No DPs, so he does pass around his DPs or PTRSs quite nicely. Good force fire on the ground, gets some damage on the flak. Another double tap there, falling back. Nope, getting distracted by the MG34, that's not great. He does now embrace dirt, does double tap there, could have got the kill if it didn't hit the MG34. And starting to fall back now. Shroom Pioneers trying to repair up in combat. Flame Engineers are getting hit. T70 on the build queue.
Secured the sector. Engineers standing by.
Our DPs are here. Now we are unstoppable.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our
All
territory.
these units are getting healed and reinforced.
Supply lines have been cut.
Volks Grenadiers getting some damage, or seeing some damage from the comm engineers. This one's firing away. All 4 members are engaging. Black half track here. And the comm engineers do fall back in time. I think the comm engineers shouldn't soft retreat back like that. I think he should have just stood and fight. Because if you're moving towards, moving around, you take less, send less damage, and he was not faced towards it, so miss out some damage there. Decent push it forward, does not take out the Volks, Kuhwagen. Going for the flak half track now. Vikenworth on the build queue. Does a grenade, does not get a hit there.
Anti-tank rockets on the field.
Vikenworth on the field. Commandeers do get smoked. This nice little hit there onto the MG34 twice. This Flame Engineer does get suppressed, and MG34 will escape on out. Vikenworth rolls a miss there on the T70. But the squad's now fully on back.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
The territory is in our hands.
Panzer Truck now upgrade on that Shroom Pioneer, but the T-70 is still at full health. Commandeers and guards are now fighting and getting some good damage there, and the T-70 just force fire on the ground, getting some great work done. Panzer Truck is no... Oh, and does lose a Shroom Pioneer. Volks Grenadiers heading down south. Flak half track following them.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
And do now have the combat engineers falling on back. Decapturing the VP, decapturing the fuel sector, T-70 moving around. Another squad of guards down the field. He still has all 6 combat engineers in the field as well. T-70 may be able to take out the Kuhwagen. Does take the Kuhwagen with a nice splash miss. Rolls another miss there. Trying to get shot there, does get shot there. Panzerfaust connects. Flak half track may be able to pursue and finish off the T-70, but it's going to just finish off with the Panzerfaust. So player decapturing the cutoff sector once again, and there's also now a drop MG34 when the comm engineers could pick it up. Preemptive frag grenade there, very big miss. MG34 is falling back, sending grenade on MG34. The guards have restirred, and they are also getting immolated. I did not see what got so much damage on that guy. It looks like it's probably this guards. That was a frag, gets a decent amount of damage there. Don't think it's going to get wiped. Going for the garrison. PTRS does pick up that casualty. Does get a bit of damage there on the guards. And now we do have a paradrop Volksjäger deployed in the field. Looks like way back here. Guards who braced turret, they have taken a bit of damage there and now starting to fall back. I wonder if they're getting any damage from the incendiary grenade.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Guard squad ready. Engineers.
Got the line of comm engineers push way forward.
We have an isolated sector.
Capture MG34 hitting the Volt. So Volksjägers are advancing. Double Flamer immolating the Volksjägers.
Territory.
Volksjägers getting immolated as well. May already get fully wiped. Less splash damage there. Volksgrenadiers getting some damage on the are receiving some damage from the flamethrower. Both these comm engineers need to start falling back sooner rather than later. PTRSs do find a good angle there. Smoke's going to be pursuing him. Does get suppressed there. Does not get pinned down or down in time with the brace start. And since they were really stacked up, they took a lot of extra suppression damage there because getting hit by multiple models at once.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Volksjägers push forward. Got the flame engineers here. That was suppressed by the flak half track earlier. Or the flak half track.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
And we do have tier 4 built. He can go for T-485s. The OKW player does have a lot of fuel. Going for the sheer pencil quarters now. Just spent a lot of fuel. 30 fuel after that. So down to 70 fuel versus opponent's 107. So the T-4 76 could be deployed on the field. Nice and early. Got an early Katusha. That's interesting. I was not expecting Katusha. That can be very nice. Guards to pepper up the black cap track. Another single grenade to that garrison that probably fully immolates the building. It's already smoky.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
I guess it didn't immolate the building. Could have sworn that would immolate the building. You know, it's actually been a while since the last cast of game where somebody fully immolated a building, honestly. Got a demolition charge there. That was not revealed just yet. He may get exploded. Oh! That is not how I expected the flak half-track to go down. I thought a tank would be deployed in the field to, and it will quickly kill off the flak half-track. It would be a T-Thor 85 or T-Thor 76, not a demolition charge. Ship pioneers are now falling back. They could salvage the carcass. Katusha is on the field. Which, oh, that's a paradrop somewhere. Right there. Guards do go ahead and brace dirt. Comm engineers push forward. And Katusha Barrage close range. Oh! Kenilworth, don't think it was even camouflage. Got a good shot on the Katusha. I was thinking like, oh, that could be a good Katusha Barrage. No, it was not. So that Katusha got thrown away. I don't think he got a single kill. Got some damage there. We do now have a grenade there. Volkswagen is engaging the guards. And the guards do fall back. Commandeers are starting to fall back now.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Guard squad ready.
The sector is at risk.
Units heading down south, trying to decapture some sectors. We do have a big line of units here.
Anti-tank support.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
The flamethrowers will be able to easily immolate those Volks. They're pretty stacked up. And we do have now the Volks behind some good heavy cover there. Sturmpioneers decapturing the fuel sector. Guards trying to engage the Sturmpioneers. Guards falling, or Volks are falling back. And we've got the competitors trying to capture this the cutoff sector. MG34 cover is now covering it. Fortune makers to avoid the suppression. Being rotated on, it does get suppressed there.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Guards engaging the Volkswagenjägers, Volkswagenjägers, and Sturmpioneers straight forward. They do brace dirt, but something tells me they're going to explode. There's a couple frag grenades there themselves. Yeah, now have demolition charge there. And I suppose a Panzer IV on the build queue. I suppose T-Thor 85. Volks.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Was not paying close enough attention.
Ready for combat.
Another demolition charge there. He spots it this time. He's shooting it. Does not explode this time. T-34-85 pushes his way forward. Volkswagenjägers engaging the comm engineers. Does throw a bundle. May get wiped out here, but I don't believe so. Pants for Paradise Fire, bounce, receives a pen. The camera for straight forward. Sends a bounce, received a miss. The camera for straight forward, received a miss. Sends a pen. Sends a bounce, received a pen from the Vaquero Warfare.
This territory is ours.
T-485 getting repaired on up, just a scratch onto it. Has plenty of munitions for a marked target, but not enough for all of his flamethrowers. Pants forward, gets a shot there. Guards do brace dirt. And looks like the potion makers were trying to go for a grenade, but get interrupted. We do now the marked target onto the Panzer 4. I think more pens done for. Sends a bounce. Received the pen there. Gotta be very careful. And gets out of range. The Kenworth is falling back. Fallschirmjägers and the guards are falling back. Fallschirmjägers do get crushed a little bit and do lose 2 models. Luckily, the solo player has plenty of repair squads, so he does not have to use the crew repair ability. He has 6 combat engineers to choose from. MG34 does press some of these squads. Smoke run, very nice.
We are losing territory.
A lot of forces free forward. MG34 advanced right there. I can't tell you. Doesn't look like it's able to fire. And also explodes.
The enemy has 100 points remaining. Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Panzer 4 heading down south.
Targeted. Supply lines.
Another marked target is available. Guards and combat engineers push right forward.
Supply sector under attack.
T-485 push right forward, hitting the Shum Pioneers. Guards looks like plinking down the Panzer 4, but does take a pretty good pen there. Marked target on the Panzer 4. Rear armor is exposed for the T-485. T-485 needs Paradise Fire turned on. Rolls a miss. Received the pen. Sends a miss. Received the pen. Received a Kenworth shot. It's going to fall back now. Due to bad luck, he did not secure the kill. We got now the Kenworth trying to rotate around. And there goes the T-485.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Guards do brace her, throws a frag, explodes the Volkswageners for a bit of damage. Combat engineers and MG34 advancing do have Valiant Assault actually activated. It's a good power, don't get me wrong. Most of the time what you see is just saved up for the Airborne Assault. Does take out Combat Engineer. The first Combat Engineer has been wiped this game, somehow. Another T-485 in the build queue. And got Zisgun gets a good pen there. He has Zisgun and Vickenwoofer now.
Has only 50 points remaining. We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Hello, my brothers.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
T-3485 now on the field.
Losing supplies to the enemy.
Another Panzer IV now on the field. Does not get wiped out there. Ocean Makers have at least one of them has prioritized fire turned or hold fire turned on. The other squad will reveal itself relatively soon. Nope, does turn the other hold fire on. Very nice. We're going to see some fun here. Does fire on Ocean Makers with the first strike bonuses. Another T-480 or Panzer IV on the field and gets some great shots there. Drops a PTRS. Couple pens there on that Panzer IV. Got a mark target on that same Panzer IV.
The sector is at risk.
Does pick up the PTRS of a combat engineer. T-485 does get a pen there. The more mark target is getting repaired on up. Double miss there. And splitting this damage, trying to go with the mark target one. That one does go down. Smoke barrage on the Zis gun. Force fire the ground there. Force fire the ground there. Misses. Pens the T-485. Bounce there. Vickenwoofer bounced. And T-485 does get a pen there.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Guard squad ready.
Quite a bit of repairs going on the T-34.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies. Marking and targeting our vehicles.
Guards and T-485 push their way forward. Hold fire turned on. Though I think maybe they reveal themselves. No, they reveal themselves now. May explode. Nope, does roll a miss behind there. Turns on hold fire, or maybe that was the first strike does go ahead and subside there. Volkswagen is hitting the combat engineers down south, but getting overran. The Volkswagen Makers taking some damage from the T-485. Volkswagen to fall back away from the combat engineers. Right now, the Okada player only has 25 tickets remaining, but does have triple capture in his favor at the moment. The Volkswagen Makers starting to fall back now. Good pen there from the Vickenwoofer. Shrimp Pioneers pushing along the flank, trying to hit these weapons. Gets a bit of damage there. Be capturing the points. The Vickenwoofer does connect. And there as well. I'm not sure Yeah, just I thought. This barrage rating on in gets direct hit on the Vikenwerfer, but the damage is already done. Comes just starting to fall back. The OKW player is bleeding some more tickets. All the armor's down. The OKW player has no mechanized HQ at the moment. Has only 93 fuel. The silver player has 247 fuel, so we can go for more tanks. Or Katyushas. Throws a grenade there. Fix right now for the silver player is manpower. Bolshevik gears do get suppressed there by the MG. Another demolition charge there, which may explode rather soon. Currently, it is revealed.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
He has no vision of it. Commandeer starting to fall back, and the Commandeer does get wiped out now. He finally lost the second squad. Shield Pioneers do explode 2 members. Branchable smoke there. Throwing a grenade, some sort of bundle grenade. He's going to explode for brutal damage there. A mate does get wiped out.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector. A sector has been cut off.
Spread out! Spread out!
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Another paradrop Fallschirmjäger somewhere. Which I don't think that'll be too great of an idea. I think he needs to keep his manpower up. He already has 2 Fallschirmjägers, 2 Volksgrenadiers, and they're doing just fine. I say keep the manpower up and save up for another Panzer IV, because right now he's going to be next Panzer IV is going to be a bit slow. Oceanmakers do get a bit of damage around the Commandeers. Guards firing away. Oh, we got incendiary rounds from the MG34. Does throw a grenade there, gets a good amount of damage.
For combat.
Volksgrenadiers along the flank. Does take a bit of damage there. Goes off frag grenade, does dodge it. Light artillery barrage running on in. Sort of splashes the Fallschirmjägers a little bit, particularly the casualty that was crawling on the ground. Does get a pen there. And do have a Katyusha on the build queue. Very nice. That will help him deal with the Vikenwerfers. Hopefully it doesn't go down to the Vikenwerfer.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Volksgrenadiers do take a direct hit. MG34 gets on the garrison. And there goes a truck.
Rocket launcher on the field.
Commandeers push right forward. Volkswagens do take, or the Kampfjägers do take a bit of damage. T-485 advancing, he's some damage to the Volkswagens. Does get a direct hit there of the Vikennwerfer, but the other one does miss. Katusha Barrage engaging the Vikennwerfers. One rocket gets a decent shot there. T-485 is falling back. One Vikennwerfer gets decrewed. And the Vikennwerfer, I think Bull was trying to aim for the Katusha.
We are losing territory.
Resecures that Vikennwerfer. Immediately gets decrewed. May as well take time to destroy it. I think he's taking time to destroy it. That actually looked like a miss rather than attack order. Yeah, he's attack grounding, not attacking the object, which is a mistake. You just need to do attack order on the object. There it goes down. Oh, we've got another Valiant Assault there. Guards getting ripped apart immediately.
Only 200 points remain. Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory. Supply lines have been cut.
Kampfjägers or Volkswagens who fall back. Kampfjägers as well. Over here, got the T-485 advancing, finds the Vikennwerfer, getting some damage onto it, but taking some damage as well. A demolition charge there. Volkswagens push it forward, does find the Katusha, plinking it up quite a bit. May actually go down here. If he properly pursued it, he could have got the kill. Oh, that's a Panther. T-3485 does take a pen there. At this point in time, he may just want to ram.
Anti-tank guns.
He does button the, or that's a marked target, and button onto the Panther, but there's not enough firepower onto it. Katusha Barrage trying to hit those Volkswagens. And looks like Katusha Barrage is relatively short. Taking out the Zat gun. And now the Vikennwerfer gets knocked out. Right now, the Panther on the field, the Soviet player could simply just ignore the Panther. Panther is a very, very low threat to infantry. And another Valiant Assault now activated. All these units are going to push way forward. Volksgrenadiers. Thought they were going to capture the Zis gun. And also the Flamengers immediately get swatted because he is 1 versus 3. Flamengers do fall back. T-3485 on the build queue.
Guard squad ready.
Right now the crew player is at 11 tickets. The Soviet player is 140. Another big round of hold fire. Very nice. Though if the Katusha catches winds of it, it is ready to annihilate a small tight clump formation like that. T-485 does take a pen there. Focusing down, looks like the Engineers rather than guards. Katusha, oh no. Ooh! I knew that was going to happen, but still. There goes the T-485.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
Yeah, sometimes you just know that's going to die. OKG player still has a triple capture in his favor, has only 2 Volks, goes for another Fallschirmjägers.
To 100 points. Do not let this trend continue.
Sells a Panther, but that needs repairs. Destroys the carcass.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Volkswagen taking some damage. Those Incendiary Grenade on top of the MG34, but Dish on the back line's firing.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
That was a really bad frag. Fresh Fallschirmjägers has hold fire turned on, trying to save the FG42, so that just fires. And Panther does take a pen, needs to fall back. Hold fire turned on, bundle grenade was thrown. A squad of Fallschirmjägers pair dropped on in.
A mere 50 points remain before our defeat.
I think this OKW player is really trying to keep this VP secured. He's actually pretty close. Dogpile on the point's not a bad idea. Got 34 tickets in the triple capture in his favor. This point's being decaptured now. Katusha Barrage hits the Fallschirmjägers. Both Fallschirmjägers now falling back. This point's now captured. Panther receiving some repairs, enough to stay alive for a short amount of time.
25 points.
Central point's about getting neutralized. This point over here is being captured. So the player has lost a bit of tickets there. Volks push way forward. Panther right there is actually a bit of a red herring. He needs to hit the infantry units. Grenade there. This gun shoots the Panther. Volks are advancing. More Volks push way forward. It stops the point from being captured, so the points will remain neutral. Stun. Nope, Incendiary Grenade there. The Shun Pioneers are advancing on the flank. However, the MG34 is captured, as well as the AT guns captured with combat engineer models. So this is 9 combat engineered defensive models, which is a good amount of DPS. Volks on top of the point. The Volks need to fall back. Volks do get wiped out. He does not have enough manpower to paradrop Fallschirmjägers over there.
The enemy has 10 points remaining.
Yep, he has Fallschirmjägers available. I'll say paradrop over here. More foreign chatting. He has double capture against the OKW player now, and this triple capture means game's over. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on next replay, I do need to take time to restart the game, and as the game starts rebooting, I need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment.
Sega.
My apologies, I am back. Let's head on to a 2v2. Let's see. Seems reasonable enough. Huh. When's the last time I've done this map? It's been a while since last done this map, right? Maybe I'm thinking about a different map. Greetings everyone, and right here with another Couple Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Soviet forces got Kohoned. Spawn as yellow British ally, we got liquid silver. Spawn on the left side as the magenta Okuda player got Etif Abu Hafiz, I think. And spawn as this red Veremak or austere ally, we got Snake. Been a while since I last cast this map. Yeah, it's been a bit of time, hasn't it? Either way, we do have one doctrine lock in immediately. The elite troop doctrine, a very good doctrine. He does also straight up Tiger bulletins, which I think all of these do affect the Tiger Ace. Maybe not the veterancy one, can't remember. Sibling rivalry, German. What's the non-German bulletin version of that? Either way, his teammate could go for Overwatch Doctrine, Furious Storm, and Grand Offensive. A lot of good options. Furious Storm is always quite nice. Open Blitz is probably one of the best things about this doctrine. It allows you to get out an ambulance while going for tier 2. But as always, since he has a Wehrmacht ally, it's always a good idea to deploy your teammate a medical bunker in case he loses Battle Group HQ. We do now have an M3 now deployed in the field. We've got a tier 1 opener for this Soviet player. Brits are just eyeing for infantry sections, not big surprise. Volksgrenadiers there. Volksgrenadiers and Shum Pioneers there. We now have a penal squad on the build queue. Got the M3, does get peppered up there a little bit. Oh, Panzerfaust. That was a pretty early Panzerfaust. He did have enough munitions for it. And for two, we're trying to redeploy. Got a penal here. Intersection pushing over here. And the Schumpires do find a good angle. Both the intersections they were to go the same direction, they're able to a bit more successfully engage it. We now have the Universal Carrier on the field. Penal Squad flanking, hitting the Volk. Shum Pioneers trying to hit him, but the intersection is hitting the Shum Pioneers. The other intersection is a bit far away. In terms of the Shum Pioneers, Volksgrenadiers are hitting the Penal Squad, very good. The Shum Pioneers now falling back. Intersections needs to hit the Volks. Penal Squad needs to start hitting the Volks. Over here, we do have now the Commandeers engaging. This is still has damage there, and looks like the Grenadiers do get forced back in time. Commandeers may get peppered up a little bit there.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Orchard here. Volksgrenadiers falling back. Got the Grenadiers as well. We now have our Royal Recovery Squad. We do have the Mobile Assault Regiment deployed in the field. Up north, we do have the Conscript Squad advancing, getting some damage there. The sandbags did not get completed.
Infantry squads have been issued stun grenades.
Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers can now throw stun grenades. Storm Pioneers cannot. Would be very nice. Storm Pioneers also get affected by this.
Forces are securing our territory.
We do now have the Penal Squad get stun grenaded. Grenadiers on the one model there. Got the M3 now straight forward. Conscripts do stick around to capture the fuel sector. Looks the Pioneer Squad will get wiped on out. Minor victory. And we only have, oh, that's a soon-to-be medical bunker. Yep, this is a MG side. Only MG bunkers, no flak emplacements. Another Doctrine Locket. We do now have the mechanized support tactics. The ISU 152s can now be eventually deployed, or at least now they are available.
To an emergency medical station.
Medical bunker now research. Commandeers do get peppered up a little bit.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
The enemy has us in their sights! Fall back!
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
So much blood!
Conscripts engaging the Grenadiers. We do now have the Sturm Pioneers and Volksgrenadiers pushing over here. Fresh 2-2 on the build queue for red. His teammate does have a medical bunker. Right now the allies have great fuel control. They have nearly the entirety of the map. Fuel sector is secured but out of supply. Oh, we got some British landmines as well. Oh, another British landmine there. Oh, yep, I was going to say suppressive fire, likely. Volksgrenadiers hitting the Royal Engineers now. Royal Engineers do take a bit of damage. This section is pushed right forward. We got a bit of damage there. This Royal Engineer does fall back. Due to advancing, of course, we got some landmines here. And looks like the Universal Carrier will be going down. This section is hitting the Sturm Pioneers. Universal Carrier has gone down. Got AT grenade connecting. We do have the landmine here, and oh, this one does get swept. Conscripts could I have another AT grenade soon. If sections peppering it up, flak half track firing away. Four, three, two, one. In the range, and also he may get just plinked down. Throwing an AT grenade may have not been necessary, but just guarantees a kill. So no room to doubt, and sometimes it's worth the 30 munitions just to guarantee the kill. Oops, salvaging the carcass immediately before it even cools off. We gotta get that fuel fast and hot. Oh, he cancels it, interrupts it, does not salvage it.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Resistance! Taking fire!
Penal Squad engaging.
The sector is at risk.
Tier 2 now built, probably going for this gun to shoot those vehicles. Penal Squad starting to fall back now. Penal Squad taking quite a bit of damage now. Conscripts were on the forward, trying to get another AT grenade off. Playing munitions forward. Grenadiers hitting him. Maybe grenade the force back the penal squad first, since it's more close to be wiped out. Conscripts in the center, pioneers do fall back. We do now have the flak half-track engaging, force suppresses the intersection. Vickers force back the Shroom Pioneers, Volkswageners engaging the Royal Engineers. Weapon racks now available for the Brits. Engineers could get some damage on the 2-2. Flamethrowers do have a higher than 1 pen rate, but their attack speed is not exactly great. Does get a bit of damage there though. M3 push forward, peppers up the 2-2 a little bit. It looks like the flak half-track does go down. Applied to this 6-pounder. You're now Doctrine lock in the overall Doctrine to get out some Jaeger infantry, salvaging the carcass. Rings a little bit short there. Penal squad pushing way forward. Fresh stormtroopers, very nice. No upgrades onto it just yet. Good pen there onto the 2-2. Volkswageners engaging the Royal Engineers. Shroom Pioneers engaging. And Brenn's just firing away behind the truck. It does work the recovery sapper, very nice. Doesn't need to get replaced immediately, no vehicles left on the field for it to repair. Ref grenade fired. Looks like it landed a little bit short or far. Also couldn't tell you what it was hitting. Stun grenade connects on the Flame Engineers.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
MG34 packs on up. Volkswageners the way down south. Shroom Pioneers may go up there by the M3. Vikenworth now trying to hit the M3. Misses though. Flame Engineer is hitting the Vikenworth, forcing it back. And we've got the MP40 upgrade onto the Stormtroopers, which is also not... You should just generally go for just G43s and nothing else. G43 upgrade on the Stormtroopers is one of the best well-equipped soldiers for Austere or Wehrmacht. And the MP40 does hurt its long-range DPS. Pioneers do get suppressed there, do get forced them back. Oh, Incendiary grenade there on the intersection.
We are losing a sector. A fresh mortar crew has arrived.
MG34 getting mortared. Stormtroopers do manage to sneak on by the Maxim. Could use a tactical sword, no, not enough munitions for it. If he would have had the tactical sword, tactical advance, he would have perhaps wiped it out. Flame Engineers pushing the way forward. Does throw a grenade there. Force back the Flame Engineers. Stormtroopers now falling back. Volkswageners has a good heavy cover.
Anti-tank
New sections engaging them. Conscripts will get a nice flank onto them.
Command half-track has been permanently established as a static post.
A little splash hit there in the Volks. Conscripts retreat forward. Mortar hit. Gets a decent hit there on those Volks. Light artillery barrage. Oops. I think he was trying to hit those same Volks. Cromwell now pulled in field. Very nice. First tank. We do have the Soviet strafing run got someone as well. So the player does have tier 3, not tier 4 on the field. Does have plenty of fuel for it though. He may be going straight for the ISU 152. Red right now does have only tier 2. No battle phase 2 research. Plenty of fuel for it. But not enough manpower. Pack 40 is going to fall back. Cromwell advancing.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And Cromwell is starting to fall back. Does take another pen there. And we got the intersections starting to fall back now.
Opponents are seizing
Pioneers
the
falling
sector.
back. Got the Flame Engineers invading the Grenadiers. Conscripts here to support them. Granat Warfare does fall back. Does roll a miss there with the Volcano Warfare. Stun Grenade there, stunning the formation. Rifle Grenade. It's the Combat Engineers. Penal Squad heading up north. And we've got the Stormtroopers before. They probably need to throw a stun grenade, but nope, out of munitions once again. And they're in heavy cover, which means bonus damage from the flamethrower. Not to mention splash damage while at it. Pack 40 does get decrewed. Cromwell heading down south. Huh, the water's not frozen.
Trying to take one of our points.
Huh. It's also looks like there's actually a bit of rain there. Or maybe a very wet snow. You see the droplets. Sandbags here on top of the campfire. Throws a grenade there. Does larger voltage. He does have nose bombs research. See a grenade thrown there. Looks like it is destroying the fire pit. Yep, the fire pit does get destroyed. And this is cold tech game, or lack of cold tech. Combat engineers or conscripts engaging the grenadiers. Grenadiers efficiency 3, 2-2 push right forward. Cromwell received some misses there. Does take a pen there, does take 2 pens.
They're trying to take it.
Engineers, flamer sappers, pushing forward, getting some damage on the Shroom Pioneers to do force them back. Right now do have a triple capture in favor of the Axis players, but they have half the tickets of their opponent, so that is a bit of an issue. Grenadiers pushing forward, got the Maxim here. Good mortar hits there, as well as mortar smoke. Hanover destroys the sandbags there, allowing these guys to get suppressed easily, but does fall back there away from the mortar. Oh, land mattress raining on in. Firing. I guess he was in the Volcano Warfare, so trying to. Volks and you can shoot forward, getting some good damage.
Support gun deployed. Crew ready for orders.
Cromwell push way forward. Into now the Vickers firing away. Good rifle grenade there. And there it takes out the MG team.
The gun is not crude, not anymore.
Cromwell does now the commander upgrade. Panzer IV pushing down south. Grenade there. Gets a decent Mills bomb onto the Volks. Panzer IV takes a shot there. Receives a bounce there. Does get Vickenwerfer shot there. Does double Vickenwerfer. Panzer IV gets shot there. He could have got it wiped out, but did not. Multiple drop weapons there. We got the mortar and the Vickers. I'm not sure what got those. Good mortar hits there onto the Zis gun. Two firing away, hitting the conscripts. Good pen there onto the M3. May get wiped out now. Does not. Volks getting suppressed. And the Volksingers do get fully pinned down. Smokes out the MG. Molotov is thrown there. And the conscript squad is taking some damage. Catch a southern point. We do now the Volksgrenadiers push forward. You see a grenade thrown on top of the intersection, as well as Mills bombs in return, and fully wipes out the squad.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Those Mills bombs been quite effective, to say the least. Spots a land mattress, does not take time to destroy it. Cromwell's almost fully repaired. The Wehrmacht players must be, has tier 4 built. He's very close to getting out his Tiger Ace, so at least in fuel wise, he still needs a lot more manpower. Oh, strafe and run. Nails the Eagle Light Infantry. Ooh, and the follow-up mortar wipes it out. M3 takes some more hits. Obersadowson now deployed on the field. Double Vickenwerfer sitting on up. MG34 not going to be able to do much. Does receive some multiple Vickenwerfer hits, however. Panzer IV is currently up north right here, heading down south to engage the Cromwell. Intersections pushing up north. We got the Vickers heading over here. Volksgrenadiers pushing their way up north. We do have the Pack 40 and Grenadiers here. Obersadowson do pick up the Bren and now are being upgraded with the LMG-34. Actually vaults the sandbags and destroys the sandbags, so now they escape. It looks like that the Obersadowsons do not get move and shoot Brens if you're ever curious about that. Good lag hit there on those formation. IS-2 152 now deployed in the field. Good like hit there. Cromwell push right forward. Does get a decent hit there. Oh, there goes the MG entirely. Against the ISU 152, the Tiger Ace would be very nice, but his teammate may want to go for a Jagdpanzer. Good shots on the conscript. At the current rate, the Okada players almost get enough fuel for a Panther. Oh, was missed on 2-2. Karma currently at half health. May get wiped out by the Kenworthers. There must be a bit of smoke there. Nope, just no vision. More hikes of the rounds there onto the... Well, that was his own conscript squad. Never mind. One friendly killed. Let's get some wipes there. Good shot there on those grenadiers. Tiger Ace now deployed on the field. Good shot there on those grenadiers. Pack 40 connects. No Vex Super 1 for the target weak point ability. Mortar falling back. Great shot there on those comm engineers. Another pen there on the ISU 152, loading up some armor piercing rounds. This gun does pen the Tiger Ace, while the ISU 152 does roll a bounce. We do have some more, another strength round being summoned to the Pack 40, does get knocked out. Conscripts do pick up the Pack 40 to engage the Tiger tank. Another bounce there from the IC 152. And the Pack 40 does get decrewed. Down south, we got the intersections straightforward, getting some good damage on the Volks.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Bounce there. Panther now deployed in the field, gets some good shots on the Carmo. MG34 gains some good suppression here. Shun Pioneers have cleared out. We have some Piets now trying to engage the Panzer IV. And the Sapper squad does fall back. Conscripts on center map, building some sandbags. Panzer Warfare Barrage raining on in. ISU 152 does get a good shot there in the Pack 40. Gets a pen there from the Tiger Ace. Received a miss there. Bit of damage there. Bounce there. Good hit there. Tiger Ace does take some damage. Does send a bounce. Fires on the ground in front of him.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
IC 152 does take some damage there. Tiger Ace does take another pin. Needs some repairs. Pack 40 has Veteran 1, so target weak point could be used. Target weak points is being used. Gets a nice stun shot there. Tree jammed in the road wheels.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
The IC 152 is trying to fall back now. Down south, we've got now the sector assault being summoned. There's another good pen there. Pen's part of this right needs to fall back. Cornwall gets annihilated. Ironically, they need that. He probably needed the sector assault on the IC 152 up north rather than at Cromwell. One aircraft does get shot down. PS-1 does hit the Panzer IV.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
Another squad of Jaeger infantry now on the field.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. SU-85 tank destroyer ready.
Panther does take a pen. I'm trying to sprint away now, rapid maneuvers. Conscripts heading up north. We do have another vehicle on the field for red. It is a Panzerwerfer. Smoke rounds there on the Vickers, very nice. And the ooh, great shot there on the sapper. Franchable smoke grenade there.
You now have a new Comet tank.
Fresh British Comet tank now deployed in the field. Sometimes I thought that Jaeger infantry was going to booby trap. Grenades onto the Vickers. We'll get the gunner at least. Landmaster barrage raining on in. Firing way back here. Looks like there's nothing there.
Enemy are determined, and we are down to 300 points.
Panzerwerfer maybe eyeing for a counter barrage on the land mattress. Nope, trying to hit the MG there. Common tank push way forward. Praz Paradise fire turned on. Gets a pen there. It does manage to stop behind. Blitz activated. Gets a pen. Gets a pen on both sides. Panther now hitting the common tank from the rear. And looks like the Panzer IV will escape on out of there. S-35 does take a pen, but that SU-122 straight forward. Those hikes around into the Pack 40. Pack 40 using target weak point. Gets a pen there. Pack 40 in here trying to engage. No HC. Multiple pens there. And almost goes down there.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
Tiger tank does take a pen and miss. S-35 pushing way forward. Pen there. S-35 can only withstand one more shot. And does go down. Down south, got these forces here. M234, Novice 3. And nice smoke around there. Common tank advancing. Landmaster barrage reading somewhere. Somewhere around here. This is trying to hit the Panzerwerfer. Does take a pen. Received another pen there. Comet Blitz on out of there. Panther needs to fall or keep away from the heat grenades. Does send a bounce there. Multiple pens on the common tank now. And now have a strafing run somewhere. Not there. Probably here. OSOT's on the flank, getting some damage done. The intersections and trying to engage it if we're going to force him back. The repair sappers repairing it up. Got the Kenworth falling back. Took a bit of damage there. Freshly recruit, I believe. Grenade there on the Zis gun. Tiger tank gets a kill there. So I think that may have been some friendly fire as well. Conscript's trying to get a heat grenade off. Panzer tactician as well as mark target. Spearhead's not activated. Does take a pen there from the ISU 152.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
We do now have a Katyusha on the build queue. Direct hit there on the 2-2. Landmaster's barrage running on in. Way back here. Maximus giving rifle grenade as well as now more mortars. Grenadiers taking some hits. Panzerwerfer pushing very far forward. Very close range barrage, maybe right here. No, right on top of the MG. Nukes it. Does hit this Grenadier. Katyusha barrage raining on in. Stun grenade thrown on top of the conscripts. Penal squad does fire away. Incendiary grenade there. Good shot there on the intersection. Great shot there. May get wiped on out. Vickers getting hit. Tiger tank 3-4 still has the spearhead activated. White Fox this round from the Comet tank. Good pens there, multiple pens on the Panzer IV. It needs to fall on out of there. Blitz on out of there. A couple of Kenworth hits there on the Comet tank, but only one pen. Bounce and miss there. Right does now go for a Brumbar, very nice. Good shot there on those Grenadiers. Right now the British players have quite a bit of tickets advantage. Axis players down to 56. A good hit there, multiple good hits there. Conscripts now falling back. Conscripts and Penal Squad forward. Gets a good shot there. No more good hits there. Panzerwerfer barrage running on in. Does get a nice little wipe there. Multiple hits there in the ISU 152. ISU 152 does not go down, but very close. Heads forward, Comet takes some hits there. Got two Panzer IVs now in the field. This AT gun's getting flanked by one. AT gun does get decrewed. Flamethrower, it looks like it does have a Piet equipped. MG does get overran. Firefly in the build queue. A lot of good damage on the conscript squad.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
AT gun does get destroyed there.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Another S-35 on the field by the Soviet player. Conscripts behind some heavy cover, but I'm pretty sure that heavy cover is slowly, or not so slowly, being disintegrated. One more shot and that conscript squad would have been wiped out. Common tank push rate forward, does take a pen. Hands forward, straight forward. Oh, that one has a LMG-34. Brumbar and Tiger Ace push right forward. Something exploded there. There's a conscript squad. M3 is almost down. Coops 2 fire hits the Panther twice.
The squad's gone.
Misses the intersection. This Panzer IV can push forward. Multiple hits there on this Firefly now. Blitz gets penned there. And there goes the Firefly. Now versus 5 Panzer IV.
Lord, a tank's been lost. The enemy now have 200 points.
Good hits in the commentators, forcing them back. So right now the Soviet player is almost out of everything. He did lose the IS-252. And also the Axis or the Allies has surrendered. This Angrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. And that's honestly as much time I have for tonight. It's getting a little bit too late for me to start up another replay. This Angrade saying thank you for watching. Have a good evening. You get some good